So, councillors and members of the gallery, please be advised that we're about to commence recording this meeting. Your video and audio will be recorded and live streamed from now onwards, and the video will be available on YouTube after the meeting has finished. Welcome, everyone. I'll read the civic affirmation. We gather today to duly and faithfully carry out our duties to the best of our judgment and ability, the advancement of this district and the benefit of all of our community and fellow citizens. And the Coorong District Council members acknowledge and pay respect to the traditional custodians of the land and waters, the Ngarrindjeri people, whose ancestral lands are on which we meet today. We acknowledge the deep feelings of attachment and relationship of Aboriginal people to country, pay our respects to elders past and present. We also extend that respect to all First Nations people. Thank you, everyone. Councillors, welcome to this special meeting, and to the public that might be watching us live. Item 1 on my agenda is apologies, and I do now have an apology from Councillor Arthur, who's somehow just detained. It's a special meeting for the express purpose of dealing with, as we considered at the last meeting, trying to get more information around the extra costs that might be involved in the skate park. But I will go at first to, and I just might add, there is some letters that have been sent to councillors that's been circulated to all councillors. There's also couple that have been received by me, and also there's quite a dossier the councillors just got, which is in relation to the first deputation in support of that, I believe. So Vic Woolston in deputations is the first to speak. Vic, we need you to come up the front over here. We probably need you. We've got the mic, the walk around mic, please. So for everyone's benefit, deputations is a maximum of 10 minutes. And then the councillors can ask, you put him over there. The councillors can ask some questions of you. So welcome, Vic, to the meeting.
So, Mr. Mayor, councillors and the CEO, I hope you can hear me now. Thank you for the opportunity to address the meeting. I've 5 letters that I've tabled. I think you should all have a copy. Both Ashley's given those to you. So for those that don't know me, I've worked extensively with youth in Menindee, and you will know that my focus has been youth sailing through the Menindee Sailing Club and School. I've been a teacher at the Menindee Area School for 40 years. More than 40 years. And one of my areas of teaching relevant here has been outdoor education. Therefore, I'm trying to convince you that it's important for this project to go ahead. Now, I've been following the fundraising effort from the Menindee Skate Park with interest through the Lakelander and discussion with the community. And more recently, the Council's Assessment Panel Agenda, which is an interesting document in itself. Yeah, with the absolute plethora of data in there. It's been a pleasure to see the genuine involvement of students in the project planning and fundraising, and their persistence to achieve the goal over a lengthy period. I must acknowledge the support of council in this project. The council's listened to the youth, and it's allocated some serious funding, and acknowledge the youth involved through an Australia Day award. And adding to this, the Mayor has turned the first Salt of Earth on the site in a positive physical act endorsing the project. This is a worthy project for the town as it represents the wishes of youth. It provides an outlet for a variety of young people, both in Menindee and those from elsewhere visiting the town. It complements and is supported by the existing sports facilities in the adjacent area. Now, this project has its origins in the Menindee Area Schools Innovate program, run in 2017 and 18, a project where teachers and the community worked with middle and senior school students to develop ideas that addressed a need in the community. Students were asked to imagine possibilities and connect ideas, consider alternatives, express opinion and point of view. Students identified a need and researched and proposed a solution. And they made a presentation to the community at the end of the program to convince people that the idea was worthy. And I've actually got the original concept of a skate/dog park, because I dug through my folders to find it out. The school has put a lot of resources into this program. Okay, so a budget adjustment of $87,641, that's all it will take, as I understand it. I'm not going to argue for or against the acoustic barrier that's involved in the extra costs. It's a part and parcel of the community consultation process and meets the needs of all the stakeholders. The council's assessment panel findings are clear. The barrier is considered acceptable when measured against the design policies of the Planning and Design Code. Rather, my focus is to examine why this skate park is so important from a health perspective, and in particular, mental health. Now, I've had a bit of a discussion with Tracy Wanganeen, who is the coordinator for a group called Standby Country SA. They look into youth suicide. And the skate park meets the 5 criteria promoted by Wellbeing SA as seen as preventative to suicide risk. And they are connect, be active, keep learning, be aware, and help others. So connect. The skate park will be a place for social interaction. Be active. The skateboarders, rollerblading, BMX, or whatever are great physical activities. Keep learning. Learning new skills, teaching other skills will occur in that skate park. Be aware of other people, their behaviour, what else is happening in the community. And help others. Again, sharing skills, helping someone who's injured on the skate park or whatever. Social interaction is the most important aspect addressed by the skate park. It allows youth to meet, talk about issues, have some fun and chill out. The way to diffuse building pressures in their lives. Now, the health sector in Meningie agrees with the skate park and that it's going to be an asset, and that failure to proceed will have a negative effect on the youth of Meningie. They emphasise, and these are in the letters there, they emphasise that caring for the mental health of our youth must be a high priority. And any means to avoid negative health outcomes must be encouraged. So there's 2 doctors' letters in there. The Executive Officer and Director of Nursing of the Meningie Hospital, and 7 members of the Health Advisory Council of the Riverland Mallee Coorong Local Health Network, and 14 members of the Meningie Hospital staff. As an AMBO, I work with many of these people, and we see the not so public side of mental health, and their comments are worthy of consideration. Finally, the youth presenting and arguing for the skate park are the future leaders in the community, both Indigenous and non-Indigenous. We owe it to them to find a way to make this project happen after navigating lengthy and bureaucratic processes to maintain and their faith in the government process. Thank you.
Councillors, any questions? Any questions, councillors?
Very good, Mayor. It's not just like taking young people out of school, it is also young adults as well. It's not
I can't see that would be a problem.
no, and I think it's a benefit to do that. It doesn't just meet up to school age children.
So questions, we are questions, councillor. We need to ask questions.
So do you feel that would be obviously?
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. We attract people from outside of Meningie as well, and school age is not a barrier. Yes.
Councillor Bland, I think. Try me.
Because these are health letters, I'm employed by health. I have no car, I'm just taking care of it, nor am I at work at the moment, no car.
Note that, please.
That clarified.
Certainly, councillor. Any other questions? Councillor Qualman.
What clarified, council there. Through the chair, you spoke of fundraising. Could you elaborate a bit more on how much, how many people involved, committee doing it?
Well, I know I've given money to it, and I know there's some 20-odd thousand, 25, 26,000 as part of Progress. I did attend one Progress meeting. I'm not a member of Progress, but I did attend their meeting to see what was happening. I don't know anything else as far as fundraising beyond that. That's all.
The councillor, the next speakers will probably be able to elaborate on that. I think more so.
Yeah.
Any other questions, councillors?
That is in relation to mental health of the youth. And I guess I look at it from district wide. You see this as a benefit to all children living from the district and the wider district of the rural. Many people do come over to the area of health activity. You see this being a benefit across the board.
I've got to say that when you travel playing football, as I did, and I still attend some of the matches, to all of the zones in here, Meningie is without a doubt, I'm sorry, Taylor and Ben, one of the best facilities. It's well positioned to develop further sports facilities within that complex. So when there are home matches, there's a wide range of people from all over the district, and they will be using that skate park and the benefits that we've described. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else? Okay, Vic, thank you. So, Joe, Emma Swan are Joe's doing the talking and Emma's doing the supporting, I understand. You can answer the questions, righto. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Coorong District Council, for having us again. It's lovely to see all your faces again. We're not going to take up too much of your time today because we appreciate the time that has already been spent on this and the endless discussions that we've had and also yourselves. And so we all know here that the benefits of the skate park, especially like Vic spoke about, in mental and physical health of the youth, tourism, safety has always been a big concern that we've spoken about at length, keeping the users off the streets, and also in terms of having the areas together so parents can supervise and caregivers can supervise the users. And also, like Vic just spoke about, the social interactions and connections that the users have from this park. And that then flows on to the comments that you were just raising in regards to now, especially with the fantastic merger that's happening between three of our communities in this Coorong District Council, Carnarvon, Tinty and Meningie, with the sporting Coorong Cats, which we're all very excited about. It truly is going to be a Coorong District skate, scoot and ride park. We'll have many, many, many users on home games and trainings across the region now using this park, which we're really excited about. We also, like Vic, want to acknowledge the Coorong District Council for its support so far. It's been fantastic, and especially to show the youth that you can have an idea, you can spend time on it, and you can come to the council and get support, and hopefully your dreams can come true. And we also, like Vic also said, we want to acknowledge the Mayor's Award that the students received. And it would be a shame for them to be recognised at this level and then this project not to go forward, especially when this award was presented on 26th of January, which can be a very complex day for the youth and many Coorong multi-park members. And they accepted this award on this day with grace and the honour that it deserves. So we thank the Coorong District Council and the Mayor for that. And also from all the projects across the Coorong District Council that were allocated funding from the local roads, communities and infrastructure phase in the phase 1 funding, we also all know here and acknowledge that this is the only project that's yet to be not only completed but also started. So we're really keen obviously to make it happen. And what does that need? well, it needs $87,641. So on that, we just wanted to highlight where the fundraising efforts have been so far. So there's two different streams of fundraising that we've done in our community. And the first one, which we've quarantined for any future landscaping, beautification, seating that may go ahead at the site. And so to date, we've got $27,000 in that pot of money. And then since we last met, we've had a fundraising push where one of the members came up with a great idea of we can get 500 people to donate $50 each. Wouldn't that be great? We so in what's that, a week and a half? Yeah, since the last time we met, that's currently up to $6,805. So that money is separate to the one that we've quarantined for the beautification of the site. That is money to go to the actual build that we want to gift to council to show that the community's behind it, everyone's behind it. You know, this is what we can hopefully do to help make this project go ahead. So we're asking you all here to please support this project, the youth of our community, tourism in the whole Coorong district area by endorsing this project in its current form. And we are also seeking clarification that once this decision hopefully is passed and is made today, that this cannot be retrospectively changed by the changing of the guard with the council elections coming up or any future decisions in the future.
No, the last
That's it.
question was the sticky one, I think.
It wasn't a question, it was just seeking clarification.
Brief discussion with the CEO, whether a new council could undo that is
Mhm.
CEO's experience, and I think my experience is it would not be undone. I won't say could not, but would not. It would be my best advice.
So technically, yes, but as with any contract, through you, Mayor, sorry. As with any contract, if at this point in the proceedings, there was doing of that contract, then there's monetary considerations again. So
It'd be prudent for me to remind everyone, of course, nominations for council close next Tuesday. So for people out there that are
And a swan.
thinking that way, you can do it on the website or what do we call it? Some of the portal, or if you're really like me, you can get it in paper. Right, questions, councillors, to the presenters, please, the deputation. Yeah, Councillor Hill.
Not of significant amounts. There is, at this stage, this is the only avenue we have ventured down so far.
There's still people in the community who said we're yet to put in money.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But in relation to other avenues, this is the only avenue we've taken so far. And the only thing we've done since the last meeting of the 16th of August.
Councillor Bland, are you going to kill that mic or are we going to talk to it? Question, of course.
Also, some of the larger corporates now, we're interested in that. Has that been canvassed? And if so, what are the stumbling blocks that maybe council?
Yeah, we certainly looked into that. The first idea was to hit the larger businesses and land farmers hard to get some larger sums of money. The issue we had was in making that a tax deduction, and without that being able to be the case, we felt uncomfortable asking these businesses to donate without having that avenue as a tax deduction.
Got any other questions, councillors? Thank you much for your time. I just might note that Tim Overett was indicating he wasn't have a deputation, but he has withdrawn that request. So that, and at this point, once again, I would thank all those members of the community who have sent letters of support to council and in relation to the community skate park. I must thank them. It's democracy in action. Councillor Taylor, your hand is up. So you want to move on to item 3? You want to move the recommendation as it reads? As it reads. Councillor Taylor. Councillor Roundtree, you've got your hand up. Okay, Councillor Taylor, you want to speak? Councillor Roundtree, you wish to speak? We're on item 3 now. We're on the recommendation.
However, I do not go to schools or anything like that, and
Councillor Hill perceived conflict of interest through the Progress Association, but has decided can stay in the and be involved. That's fine. Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Roundtree, I think you had the floor before that.
Exactly what we needed to see. It's just gets the point of this. I hope it's not a pressure to guys to work that I'm afraid of done it. And I think it's been an excellent result, and it's truly worth. So we're running to all involved and to the Menindee community for all the work that they've done as well.
Okay, is there anyone else for and against this process? Councillor Coleman.
There, I concur with Councillor Roundtree, and congratulations to the staff who've done some hard work to pull these figures back. That was my biggest concern, a bit of a blowout, good blowouts at recent times, unfortunately. I do support the project. I just see it now. Straighten it out, and got a few little issues sorted out, and hopefully we can get on with it. So I'll be voting in favour.
Thank you. Councillor Bland.
I congratulate Councillor on getting to this point, being involved. I would like to also thank the staff for bearing with us and the community to step forward. But I would like to ask through you, Mr. Mayor, to Director of Infrastructure, to have overviews of members of the community. Particularly with this experience in other parts.
Through you, Mayor.
Look. I'll give the director opportunity.
Through you, Mayor. The look of the park, I guess it will be obviously fit for purpose. There's opportunities for surrounding landscaping. I've been involved in construction of a couple of skate parks in the past, and when they're first constructed, they just look like a concrete skate park. But there is certainly opportunities for shelters, seating, trees, landscaping. Obviously, the mound area that needs to be built for the noise attenuation needs to be serviceable for council staff to mow. So, it's going to be a landscaped mound rather than a noise wall. And that's, part of the design brief. So from a visual and look point of view, it will fit within the environment and look excellent. I haven't seen too many skate parks around that are a blight on the environment. So I expect no different with this facility once it's complete.
The Inch.
Thank you, Mayor. I too congratulate staff for the effort they've gone through. Basically $35,000 off potential cost. I am totally in favour of this project and look forward very much to seeing the community across the district using it, as I believe they all will. These sorts of things are essential, as is the other sporting and community facilities across the district.
Any councillor, anyone else? Down. I've got only 2 that haven't spoken now. No and no. I'm actually going to say a few words, if I may, before I presume you want to close. So once again, been reiterated by many councillors, but I would actually thank the staff for this process over the last 15, 18 months. It's been quite tortuous due to the planning process, which we have to go through, unfortunately, and also Convic. I'll publicly acknowledge them in sticking with us, I think, and come in with a reasonable outcome in terms of the financing of the project. Be fair to say that we have looked at the costings of other skate parks around us and whether we could have done it better. If we look at the plans I have seen, that, and if we cost them and add the costs of inflation since they were built, we are realistically not that far away at all. The cost of this skate park, excluding the noise attenuation wall, than other skate parks have come in at. So we don't feel that scaling it down would achieve much or changing that. The other thing I would say, and I note several people have talked, and I thank them for thinking about it actually, but if we were to move the park or the site from present site, it would probably trip off another planning approval process, and don't know that any of us have enjoyed that at all. So at this stage, it's exactly as it was approved by the panel, and as ratepayers would know, the panel is made up of nearly all independent members. So they have made that decision. At this stage, the project would be starting in early 2023, and we trust it may be finished by Easter 2023, subject to the usual, mainly COVID issues. I noted, Emma, the Coorong Cats are coming. It's a super football club is coming to the district, and that will actually just bring more people to see see something like this there. I very much thank the committee, or all the committee, and I see the young gentleman in the back here who worked for this for a long time, but persisting. This is a very strange process in government some days, and to persist with a project, and you said to me, you're nearly too old for it now. I can guarantee you at the opening, I'll be too old for it. But I just thank everyone for persisting. I note there's approximately 27,000, Emma, in the general fundraising account for some stuff around the outside. And I'm very much encouraged by the communities immediately jumping in to try and raise some more. So we'll see what the outcome of that is. Councillor Taylor will close. I'm just going to read the recommendation for everyone's benefit so that everyone out there knows what it is. And so the recommendation is that Council, point 1, receive and note the report. Point 2, endorse the funding structure below in order to deliver the Coorong Community Skate Park, which has a total contract value with our preferred contractor of $407,641. So point A is $320,000 was previously allocated as part of the adopted 2021-22 annual business plan and budget, which will be carried forward into the year we're in now. $87,641 from the Local Roads and Community Infrastructure Program be allocated to the skate park delivery. That's a program that the federal government gives councils money for this sort of infrastructure and roads. And point 3, in collaboration with community groups, continue to explore funding opportunities to reduce that Local Roads and Community Infrastructure Program allocation towards the project delivery. Councillor Taylor, I'll give you the opportunity to close the debate.
Thank you, Matt. I'd like to thank specifically Matt and Miles for having gone through this process on the island. Particularly for this from $120,000 for spend to an exit. I might disagree, I think, in part with the first application in that it's not only $87,000, it's $87,000 of money which could have been allocated somewhere else, or money which has got to come from somewhere else. So I'm always very of budgets, particularly budget overspends. And as I said at the last meeting on this, this is going to be the end of the very long moving forward with this council. I got any council. The problems with budgets and trying to fit everything in. I would personally, this is not the view of council, I would personally love to see some indigenous artworks at this skate park. I would love to see a street art facility where anyone can quite happily spray away. There's very talented people
doing street art. I'm sure when my son arrives from the United Kingdom, he will bring his skateboard, 37 years old. He will bring his skateboards and be down there quite happily, whizzing up and down, going to the park itself. But I think particularly the work that the staff have done really does need to be recognised, because the council set a challenge a couple of weeks ago, which was find a solution to this budget overrun, and we've done the very best we can. And thank you to the council for that work. And in that, I close.
Thank you, councillors. So the debate is closed. So I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Those against? So that's carried unanimously, councillors. So with that, we have no further items on the agenda. So at 6:34, I declare the meeting closed. Thank you, everyone.